Hi there, and welcome to the first ever episode of the PAR Presidential Update Podcast. I'm Molly Horan, your 2026 PAR President.
And I'm Cooper Anderson, your President-elect for 2027.
This podcast is a monthly update from the current association president, me, and next year it will be Cooper. We'll discuss the new rule changes, upcoming events, and rate pack wins, and so much more.
But that's not even the best part. There is also a chance for you to be featured on this podcast if you have any questions about what's going on at the association level. If you're interested in being a guest on a future episode, you can find a guest request form in the podcast description.
Oh, I'm excited about that one. Let's start with a quick update from the Arizona Department of Real Estate. There's a new requirement rolling out for all licensed agents. Before you renew your license, you'll need to have a fingerprint clearance card, also called an FCC.
This is being rolled out in waves, everyone. So some of you may have already renewed. So you may not need to do it this year. For example, I renewed 2 years ago, so I'm good for the next 5 years. But starting next year, ADRE will begin contacting licensees individually asking for a copy of that card. So honestly, just go get it done now.
Exactly. In a recent conversation I had with Aaron Green, he actually called me about this. Aaron Green is AAR's general counsel. He said that ADRE will give us a 30-day, a 60-day, and a 90-day window of information about that. So we'll be able to know exactly when it's being implemented.
Great.
So if you're wondering how to get your FCC, head over to the psp.azdps.gov and choose the fingerprint clearance card option to start the application. Or if you'd rather talk to a real person, you can contact the Arizona Department of Public Safety office here in Prescott. Their number is 928-778-3271 if you need any extra help.
And once you've received your card, it's good for about 6 years. But that leads everyone's favorite question. If our fingerprints never change, why do I have to renew our fingerprint card?
I
had that question myself recently. Yeah.
What a great question. Okay, so the renewal isn't about the fingerprints. It's about keeping your background check current. So every 6 years, you'll need just to update that clearance card. In a recent presentation with ADRE's commissioner, she was talking about how the vast minority of licensees, real estate licensees, have this clearance card. So that's why she's trying to get everything cleaned up so that we don't have any sexual predators going into our houses where we represent the sellers. It's just a bad situation.
All right. Well, switching gears to another new rule you might be hearing about, the FinCEN. We all like our acronyms, right? Residential Real Estate Rule, which applies to certain residential real estate transfers, and that begins March 1, 2026.
Yes. FinCEN stands for Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. Their whole mission is preventing financial crimes like money laundering. So under this rule, the reporting person, usually the title company, has to file a real estate report with FinCEN that includes information about the people involved in the transaction and the property itself. And remember, this is for cash deals only.
Right. Hence my point. Before you panic, it doesn't obviously apply to every single deal.
Right. The rule generally applies to certain non-finance transfers of residential real estate to legal entities or trust.
So what's the realtor's role here, Molly?
Okay, so agents usually won't file the report themselves. They may still play an important role in helping the title company collect the information and making sure clients understand what is needed. So at the end of the day, it takes teamwork from everyone involved to keep the transaction transparent and compliant. And that's why it's so important for realtors to be familiar with the rule and ready to guide their clients through the process. Always reach out to your favorite escrow officer to ask them any questions about it as well.
Yeah, they're a great resource. And if you want to dive deeper into the FinCEN rule, check out the link tree in the podcast description for resources from NAR and Arizona Realtors.
Good. Speaking of Arizona Realtors, let's talk about the Realtor Day at the Capitol that took place this past Monday, March 9th. So we were able to sit and have some speakers. We'll talk about that. But we met local District 1 Representative Selena Bliss. She was sat at our table. She's always been very pro-realtor, and she was very appreciative of us being there. We were also fortunate to have Senator Mark Finchem sat at our table, too. He was able to talk to us about some of the things that he's working on as far as real estate-wise, so it was really great. But Tim Bobian, this Arizona Realtors Senior Director of Government Affairs, gave a detailed preview of what we might be seeing during this 2026 session. So he covered housing inventory shortages, private property rights, water policy, and construction defect laws. So if you're curious about what he has to say, you can listen to the episode number 22 of the Arizona Realtors Voices podcast. You can also go to the Voices email that you get every Tuesday, and there's a link there.
Wow, sounds like that was a lot. I'll have to go check it out, seeing that I missed that event this year. Let's talk a little bit about what's happening locally at PAR. Towards the end of the last year, many of you filled out the strategic planning member survey, and I know you're all very anxious to hear what those results were.
So true. And those responses actually helped shape PAR's new 2026 to 2028 strategic plan. So thank you. PAR staff and the board of directors spent the last few months reviewing every suggestion and finalizing a plan centered around 4 key priorities: support, empower, impact, and advocate, all for our members.
Yeah, and if you are interested in reading through the whole strat plan and see what's going on to be guided, that's guiding the association for the next couple of years, visit par.org/stratplan, par.org/stratplan if you want some bedtime reading.
Bedtime reading, you're good. Okay, something else you may have heard about towards the end of last year is PAR's new member feedback center. So this came out of the MLS committee and the conversations that we've had over the past few years. And it's basically a forum where agents can report MLS bugs or suggest improvements. Once a suggestion is posted, other members can actually vote on the ideas that they think are most important.
Well, what happens to these suggestions once the agents input them?
Well, every suggestion is reviewed by the MLS director, plus the chair and the vice chair of the MLS committee. So these suggestions then help shape the MLS committee's next agenda. So the suggestions in the feedback center have the power to make changes to the MLS.
Oh, that's fantastic. So putting the power back into the agent's hands. I really like that.
100%.
How do we access this?
So it's super easy. Just log into the membership dashboard at partoday.org. In the bottom right-hand corner, you probably never even knew it was there, you'll see a member feedback icon. Just click on that to start seeing what agents are suggesting.
That's fantastic. So shift gears one more time here, Molly. Let's talk a little bit about an upcoming volunteer opportunity with our Community Services and Outreach Committee.
Yeah, I'm so excited about this. We are looking for volunteers to help serve food with Just Serve Prescott on Friday, March 27th. Volunteers are needed from 10:30 to 1 p.m., and you can either volunteer the whole time or just for an hour or two, whatever your schedule allows. We'll need all the help we can get.
Who should we reach out to if I'm interested?
So if you're interested in volunteering, please reach out to Nicole at par.org, NICHOLE at PAAR.org. Now let's move on to some upcoming events happening at PAR.
Well, PAR has recently begun partnering with the Prescott and Prescott Valley Chamber of Commerce to host a Realtor Connect Network meeting every Tuesday morning at the PAR offices. I did go to the second one, I think it was, and it was fantastic. It was a nice event.
Yeah, the network begins at 8:30 with speakers beginning at 9 a.m. These meetings have recently been hosted by Sherry Heine, President and CEO of the Prescott Chamber, along with April Chavez and Lucy Leva of the Hispanic Business Association. And that was the one that I went to. It was really great and informative.
Well, and I hear they also have donuts, and I think there was some pastries when I was there that morning, too. It was great.
That alone makes it worth showing up, right?
Totally, yeah.
Okay, so everyone should stop by the PAR office on Tuesday morning, at least to get some donuts or other pastries. But on top of these meetings, PAR has some other events and classes coming up as well.
Absolutely. Here, coming up on Thursday, April 2nd, PAR is hosting the quarterly affiliate meetup at Granite Mountain Distillery. Oh, there we go. That's on Washington Avenue. The meetup is a free event that will take place from 4 to 6. All affiliates, even potential affiliates, are welcome to stop by, enjoy an evening of networking and some great drinks.
Great. And then on April 9th, on Thursday, there will be 2 CE classes taking place at the PAR classroom. The morning class is Communications 101, which provides 3 hours of disclosure CE, probably a little bit different from my college class. You know?
Right.
And then the afternoon class is Walking the Line, which provides 3 hours of agency CE. Both classes cost $10 each and are instructed by Sally Lindicott. You can register through the Info Hub or through the link tree in the podcast description.
Nice. And then on April 22nd at 10:30 at the PAR offices, PAR is hosting their second new member orientation for 2026. This orientation is required for all new primary members. Remember, that's primary members are required. PAR's membership team will handle registration for those who need to attend. And if you cannot, please call the PAR offices at 928-445-2663. This is mandatory if you are a new primary member. Remember that.
And then who do they ask for that?
That'll be Nicole.
Okay, good. Right after the orientation, PAR is offering all Realtor members a free class. It's called The Code, the Law, and Fair Housing, and will be instructed by Gary Nelson. This class will account for your current Cycle 8 requirement for fair housing and code of ethics. If you attend this class, you won't have to stress about the cycle requirements again until 2028. Sign me up.
That's fantastic, right? Those dates creep up on us
they do.
so quick. I'll definitely be spreading the word. And finally, on Wednesday, April 22nd, PAR's Young Professional Network is hosting a Starting Your Real Estate Business panel. Oh, I like that, a panel. That'll be cool. This panel will discuss topics like lead generation, choosing a CRM, working on a team versus solo, and how to start your PLLC. And I'm telling you, I did not do that the first 2 years, and oh, holy cow, my tax bill. I thought I was going to have a heart attack.
Exactly.
So PLLC, folks. The details are being finalized right now, but go ahead and mark your calendars. Keep an eye out. And it's my understanding, Molly, too, you do not have to be 20-something to attend this. So remember.
That's exactly right. So we were talking about that earlier, and you just have to, technically it's 40 and under, but honestly, if you're a new agent, that's all that really matters. And you're young at heart is the most important part.
There you go. We're all young at heart, right?
Right. Okay,
I know
so
I
many
am.
great things are happening at the association, and we hope you have heard something that piqued your interest to start getting involved.
Well, be sure to stay tuned in to our podcast. It's going to come out, are we quarterly or monthly now?
Monthly.
We are going to be monthly. That's fantastic. You can find it on Spotify, Apple Music. So make sure you tune in. It's a nice little morning way to start your day heading into the office.
Exactly. And that's all the information we have for this month. Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks, Molly.